Top 10 Consoles.
Number 10. 3DS. The 3DS was one of the most influential consoles of all time, bringing stereoscopic 3D video games into the hands of gamers across the world for the very first time. With so many great games to choose from, like Mario 3D Land, A Link Between Worlds, and Tomodachi Life, just to name a few. The 3DS also had a 3D camera, a sound recorder, and even an activity log. Yes, that's right, the 3DS kept track of how long you played your favorite games years before it became commonplace. Number 9. Atari 5200. Atari made waves with their original console, the Atari 2600, but they actually released another console called the Atari 5200 sometime in the 80s, and it had better graphics and sound effects. If you've never played it, I highly recommend buying one, because I'll bet a lot of your friends will have never seen one before, so you can show them something really cool and they will have a blast playing it with you. Number 8. Wii U. While the Wii was a worldwide sensation, its successor, the Wii U, was anything but that. From poor third-party support to Nintendo's own software lacking the quality fans have come to expect, the Wii U just wasn't the big moneymaker it was supposed to be. That being said, it has some of the most incredible games Nintendo has ever made, such as Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, just to name a few. Even though the Wii U has a camera and microphone, you can't take pictures or record sounds like you can on the 3DS, which may have ultimately contributed to its failure. Number 7. V-Flash. Growing up in a small town in the early 2000s, I didn't have access to a lot of the luxuries and technologies that kids who came from wealthier families in bigger cities had. So while everyone at school would brag about playing the latest and greatest on their Xboxes and PS3s, I would walk home from the bus stop and turn on my TV to play the V-Flash, a video game console by VTech, the same company behind various other pieces of tech. While the software library seems unimpressive at first glance, it actually has some real hidden gems, most notably Jumping Bean Island and Scooby-Doo Mystery Island. Number 6. Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy, Nintendo's first 3D video game console 16 years before the 3DS. Oddly enough, this console was only in one color. Many players claim the system makes their eyes hurt, but I don't think that my eyes would hurt if I had it, but I don't need glasses and I know a lot of people who do. Despite its awkward design, you have to admit the console was very ahead of its time. Number 5. Frogger LCD Handheld. The Frogger LCD game is one of those rare LCD games that actually does a great job imitating its source material. Even though it's technically not a game console because it only plays Frogger, I think you can actually reprogram it to play any game you want if you know how to change how the game is programmed on the board. Number 4. PS1. The PS1 was my very first console I ever bought myself when I was a kid. Even though it cost $20, I have seen them for cheaper than that online and wish I bought that one. It was a groundbreaking console when it launched, sporting games like Tekken, Crash Bandicoot Warped, Wipeout 2097, and Clockwork. Did you know that you can hack a PS1 and play games you don't own if you download them online and make free copies? Number 3. iPod Touch. Okay, so technically this one isn't a game console, but I couldn't resist putting it on my list. When Apple released the iPod Touch in the late 2000s and early 2010s, they realized that there was so much potential for video games. They put out hit after hit. Angry Birds, Cut the Rope, Office Jerk, Temple Run. It really was a special time to be a gamer. I spent hours playing on my iPod as a kid, and I still occasionally play some apps on my iPhone now that I'm an adult. Number 2. Game Boy Color. After the launch of the Game Boy in 1989, Nintendo decided to decided to try and re-release the console with more processing power and a color display in 1998. At first, consumers were a bit put off. They expected us to buy a console we already owned but with some additional features. Nevertheless, it did very well and had many great exclusives. I used to play my Game Boy Color all the time, but I didn't have a battery cover, so I put some electrical tape to hold the batteries in place on the back so they wouldn't fall out while I played. Number 1. Sega Genesis. The Genesis, released in 1989, also known as Sega Drive in some parts of the world, was Sega's first 16-bit console, coming to the market years before Nintendo would release their Super Nintendo. Needless to say, it was a huge hit. People all over the world were buying this console to try it out, and play games such as Sonic, Streets of Rage, and Golden Axe. Its influence cannot be understated, and Sega eventually stopped making consoles, but their biggest hit of all time was the Sega Genesis. Thanks for watching this video. I put a lot of effort into it, and it took me many days to